All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to demystify something that can feel super complicated: building wealth. We're going to break it down into a simple step-by-step plan with real actions you can take as soon as this is over. Let's do this. But hang on, before we dive in, I have a quick question for you. What does wealth actually mean to you? Seriously, is it a number in a bank account? Is it just financial freedom, the ability to travel whenever you want? Or maybe it's providing for your family without any of that financial stress. Just take a second and think about that, because your personal answer, that's the destination we're going to plug into the GPS we're about to build together. So here's our roadmap. First, we're going to figure out exactly where you're starting from financially. Then we'll build the engine for growth with budgeting. And after that, we'll unleash the crazy power of compounding. From there, we'll get smart about debt. And we'll finish up by showing you how to protect everything you've built and how to lock in the right mindset to make it all last. Okay, first things first. You can't really map out a route to where you want to go if you don't even know where you are right now. So our starting point has to be getting a really clear picture of your current financial situation. And the single most important number to know here is your net worth. Seriously, think of it as the ultimate scoreboard for your financial health. And the formula, it's actually beautifully simple. It's just everything you own, we call those assets, minus everything you owe, your liabilities. The number you're left with, that's your net worth. It's truly that simple. Let's look at a quick example to make this real. Meet Anthony. His assets, things like cash, his 401k, the value of his car, they all add up to $46,500. Then you have his liabilities, student loans, a car loan, which total $22,500. You do the simple math, and his net worth is a positive $24,000. Now, that number isn't good or bad. It just is. It's his starting line. From this moment on, every financial choice he makes is going to move that number either up or down. So, how do we get that number to start climbing? Well, we need to fire up what I call the budgeting engine. Now, I know the word budget can make you cringe. It sounds like restriction, but I really want you to try and reframe it. A budget isn't a cage. It's the actual engine that's going to power your entire journey to building wealth. I absolutely love this quote from Eleanor Roosevelt because it hits the nail on the head. Wishing you were in a better financial spot takes up mental energy, right? But it doesn't actually get you anywhere. Planning, on the other hand, takes about the same amount of energy, but it creates a real path forward. It's the core difference between just being a wisher and becoming a doer. And this slide right here shows you exactly what that looks like in the real world. You've got Sonia the doer on the left. She's calm, she's in control. And then there's Gabby the wisher on the right, who's just feeling totally overwhelmed and stressed out. Now here's the thing. They could have the exact same income, but their approach to their money is from two different planets. The big lesson here, it's not about how much money you make, it's about what you do with the money you have. Okay, so how do you become a doer? You just find a simple system that actually works for you. A really popular one is the zero-based budget. All you do is give every single dollar a job to do, whether that's paying for rent, buying groceries, saving, or paying down debt, until you have $0 left to assign. If your income is kind of all over the place, no problem. Just base your plan on your worst-case scenario month. Honestly, the specific method you choose doesn't matter nearly as much as the main principle, which is you have to know where your money is going before you can tell it where to go. Now, once your budget starts to free up a little bit of cash, you get to move on to the most exciting part of this whole thing: putting that money to work. This is where the real magic of wealth building starts to happen, and it's all thanks to the incredible power of compounding. Just look at this chart for a second. It shows you everything you need to know. Let's say you save just $125 a month for 30 years. If you just stick it under your mattress, that's the bar on the far left, you'll end up with $45,000, which, hey, is not bad. But if you invest that same money and get an 8% return, you end up with over $180,000. That massive difference isn't some kind of trick. It's just your money earning interest, and then all of that interest earning its own interest, again and again and again. Want a really quick way to kind of estimate just how powerful this is? Just use the rule of 72. All you do is divide the number 72 by your investment's interest rate, and that gives you a rough idea of how many years it'll take for your money to double. So if you're earning 8%, it's going to double in about 9 years. It's a fantastic little mental shortcut to have in your back pocket. But here's the thing. Compounding is a bit of a double-edged sword. When it's working for you, it is absolutely amazing. But when it's working against you, like with high-interest debt, it can be totally devastating. So let's flip over to the other side of that net worth equation and talk about how to master your debt. Take a look at this tale of two TVs. Sonia, our doer, she saves up and pays 1,500 bucks in cash. Boom, done. Her friend Vince, he buys the exact same TV, but he puts it on a credit card with a 22% interest rate. By the time he finally pays it off, he's spent $2,200. That's an extra 700 bucks that didn't go into his savings, didn't go into his investments. It just vanished into thin air as interest payments. But Vince decides he's had enough. It's time to fight back. So he comes up with a simple 3-step battle plan. Step 1, he lists out every single debt he has so he knows exactly what he's up against. Step 2, he consolidates his balances onto a lower interest card to stop the bleeding. And step 3, he takes all that money he's now saving on interest and uses it as a weapon to attack the main debt faster. That's how you go from playing defense to playing offense with your money. Okay, so as you start saving more and your debt shrinks, you're going to see your net worth start to climb. And let me tell you, that's an incredible feeling. But all that hard work, all that progress, it's pretty fragile if it's not protected. One single unexpected event could wipe it all out in an instant. So now we need to talk about playing some good defense. This is all about building a financial fortress around you and your family. The foundation of that fortress is your emergency fund. That's 3 to 6 months of your living expenses sitting in cash, ready to go. That's your buffer. The walls of the fortress are your insurance policies. Health insurance to protect you from insane medical bills, property insurance for your biggest assets, and life insurance to make sure your family is okay no matter what happens. We've gone over the numbers, the strategies, the tools, pretty much the whole shebang. But none of it, and I mean none of it, works without the most crucial piece of the puzzle, having the right mindset. So let's bring it all together and talk about what your path forward looks like. Honestly, this slide is the entire game plan. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. 1, know your starting line. Calculate your net worth. 2, take control with a budget. 3, make your progress automatic by automating your savings. 4, attack that high-interest debt like it's your job. And 5, protect everything you've worked so hard to build. That's it. That is the doer's strategy right there on one slide. And we'll end with this thought from Benjamin Franklin. The time you just invested in watching this, it's one of the most valuable investments you can possibly make, because knowledge doesn't just compound your money, it compounds your entire future. So the only real question left is, what is the very first action you're going to take today?